Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome inside the Anderson Athletic Center. You are looking at Tisch Loveless Court for another MIAA men's basketball matchup featuring the Britons of Albion College and your Kalamazoo College Hornets. Again, good evening. My name is Zach Metzback. Joining me, Dawson Skupin. Thanks for joining me again. And we've reached desperation mode for Kalamazoo, and if there is a textbook definition of a must-win game for the Hornets, it's today.
Yeah, Metz, well, thanks for having me again. But as you said, it's a must-win for the Hornets, and they've really been struggling in MIAA play. And as of recently, they've lost 4 straight and 1-7 in MIAA play. And it's really a must-win game against a team who's getting hot at the right time. The Albion College Britons. I mean, they're 4-4 in MIAA play with 4 straight wins and a win versus Hope, which is a really big one for them to pick up to kind of solidify themselves into that spot to get into the MIAA tournament.
Absolutely correct. This is the second matchup between these two teams. Last matchup, January the 25th at Albion, and Albion picked up a 79-68 victory over the Hornets. A close game there. And with that, let's take a look at today's starting lineups. First up for Albion, they're 9-10 in league play, or 9-10 overall, 4-4 in league play, coached by Jody May in his 17th year. Eclipsed the 200 win mark last season, entered this year with 201 career wins. Their starters, first up, a senior guard from Dallas, Texas, number 2, B.J. Hunter. A sophomore guard from Detroit, Michigan, number 11, Dwayne Ray. A fifth-year forward from Ann Arbor, Michigan, number 14, Marco Lucchesi. A sophomore guard from Warren, Michigan, number 15, Curtis Rhodes. And a junior forward from Macomb, Michigan, number 30, Michael Umay. May is assisted by Nate Frisbee and Robert Ryan. Now Kalamazoo, 8-11 overall, 1-7 in league play. They've lost 4 in a row. Last win was January 18th at Alma. Their starters, first up, a junior guard from Grayling, Michigan, number 4, Caleb Call. A junior guard from Howell, Michigan, number 5, Carter Vandermeer. Freshman guard from Ann Arbor, Michigan, number 12, Nelson Sopa. Freshman guard from Canton, Michigan, number 14, Bradley Izuka. And senior forward from Boise, Idaho, number 20, Lucas Broadsword. Kalamazoo is coached by Nick Giard in his 5th year, assisted by Matt Koval and Ryan Behan. We are just about 3 minutes and 40 seconds, now less than that, from getting this game underway. We'll have the MVP, the most valuable professor ceremony before that. We thank you all for tuning into today's game. And what we hope is an entertaining game. It usually is when Albion and Kalamazoo meet in the zoo. Coming up soon, Kalamazoo and Albion. Zach Metz and Dawson Skupin here to bring you all the action coming up in a few minutes.
Anderson Athletic Complex on the campus of Kalamazoo College for a men's MIAA basketball game between the Britons of Albion College and your Kalamazoo College Hornets. Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention down to the court for the men's basketball team's most valuable professor ceremony. Our senior athletes have each selected a professor who they consider to be an MVP in their academic careers here at Kalamazoo College. We would like to take this time to recognize those most valuable professors and thank them for their service they provide to our students. First up, senior D.J. Ferguson has selected Dr. Carlos Vasquez Cruz from the Spanish department as his MVP. DJ selected Dr. Vasquez Cruz because his daily office hour sessions were critical for his success. He said Dr. Vasquez Cruz is a great teacher that was extremely patient with him. He is very appreciative of the help and guidance he provided. Thank you, Dr. Vasquez Cruz. Our next MVP is Dr. Benjamin Kingsley from the English department, selected by Nicholas Olveda. Nicholas selected Dr. Kingsley because he brought a new and different environment to the classrooms here at K. Every day he managed to provide an eventful class experience that brought laughter and memories for him and his friends. Thank you, Dr. Kingsley. Senior Lucas Broadsword selected Dr. Patrick Holtberg from the Department of Economics as his MVP. Lucas selected Dr. Holtberg because he makes every day a challenge and really pushes him to learn. He cares for his work and the subject, and it makes it a fun challenge to do well in his classes. Thank you, Dr. Holtberg. Our final MVP is Professor Amy McMillan from the Business Department, selected by seniors DJ Courtney and Jack Wheeler. DJ selected Professor McMillan because she has pushed him outside his comfort zone in the classroom, which has made him not only a better student, but a better person as well. She always has a positive attitude and is always encouraging. A great motivator and someone he sees as a role model for success. Jack could not be with us here today, but he selected Professor McMillan because her classes have been extremely beneficial on his academic journey. Her courses are immersive and thought-provoking, which helped him develop a mind for marketing and business in general. Overall, these courses were pivotal stepping stones for his time at K, and he cannot thank her enough for the experience. Thank you, Professor McMillan. On behalf of the athletic department, thank you to all of our most valuable professors for being such positive influences for our student athletes. Your work is greatly appreciated. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating these professors on their well-deserved MVP honors. Kalamazoo College and Albion College have many proud traditions. Poor sportsmanship is not one of them. The student athletes' involvement in intercollegiate activities contributes to the development of their core values of fairness, integrity, honesty, and respect. These values are an integral part of a competitive and positive game environment. Kalamazoo College, the MIAA, and the NCAA promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. Profanity, racist, or sexist comments, or other intimidating actions directed at student athletes, coaches, officials, or other fans is not permitted and will not be tolerated during tonight's game. As always, we remind you to be loud, be proud, and be positive. At this time, we invite everyone to stand. Gentlemen, please remove your hats. Join us as we honor our country with the playing of our national anthem. For the Britons, at guard number 15, Curtis Rhodes. For the Hornets, at guard 6'3" junior from Grayling, number 4, Caleb Hall. For Albion, at forward, number 14, Marco Lucchesi. For the Hornets, at guard 6'4" freshman from Canton, number 14, Bradley Izuka. For the Britons, at forward, number 30, Michael Ume. And for the Hornets, at forward, 6'7" senior from Boise, Idaho, number 20, Lucas Bronson. Albion is coached by Jody May, assisted by Nate Frisbee and Robert Ryan. The head coach for the Hornets is Nick Giard, assisted by Matt Cobalt and Ryan Meehan. Special thanks to our officials today, Aaron Weaver, Nick Meyer, and Michael Meisner.
The Honorable Paul J. Bridenstine starts us off, as he usually does, in a must-win game for Kalamazoo, with opportunities to climb back into the MIAA tournament field. Running out, Lucas Broadsword will jump with Michael Ume. We are underway. Albion will have the first possession. Our officials today, Aaron Weber, Nick Meyer, and Michael Meisner. Marco Lucchesi has it on the wing. Lucchesi gives to the hands now of B.J. Hunter. Hunter over to Dwayne Ray. Ray, an excellent three-point shooter for the Britons. Over to Hunter. Now Lucchesi. Gonna enter to Ume. Ume towards the basket. Can't get the first shot to go. Bradley Izuka, the rebound. Here come the Hornets, right to left.
Yeah, Mets, and you can see on that first possession, Albion really trying to get it down low into Ume, and that's going to be a battle down low with him and Broadsword all game long.
Izuka slips, falls, and travels. First turnover for the Hornets. As we look at a little history, since 2008, we've had 36 matchups, and Albion has dominated the series, winning 31 of them. Kalamazoo's last win was February 4th of 2023 at Albion. Their last win at home over the Britons came all the way back in 2013. Their first game this year was decided an Albion 11-point victory, as Hunter spins, stops, kicks it out to Curtis Rhodes, who drives at Izuka. Rhodes will fade away and hit to put Albion up 2-0.
Yeah, and that's good defense, but Rhodes just a solid turnaround fadeaway jumper right there, and better offense can just sometimes beat good defense.
Rhodes scores about 8 a game, as Nelson Sompa lets it bounce out of bounds after the pass was deflected. In that first game, Curtis Rhodes put 17 points down on the Hornets. As the inbound goes to Lucas Broadsword, over to Carter Vandermeer. Vandermeer tripped. No whistles, and then a tie-up eventually as Ume got his hands on it.
Yeah, and I'm not sure how you don't blow your whistle there. Looked like clear trip right there, kind of feet getting tangled up.
Trip or a travel or something.
But the no call leads to a jump ball and stays with the Hornets.
Fix the shot clock. It's at 12. Hornets keep it. Izuka, they're looking to get it to Broadsword. They eventually do. And he finds Nelson Sompa right underneath the basket, but the layup no good.
Yeah, and a great job to realize that Broadsword had the mismatch on him with a switch on a screen and finds Sompa wide open down low and just misses an easy bunny.
Lucchesi draws a foul. Marco Lucchesi, a fifth-year senior, scores 9.5 a game. He scored 12 in the first matchup. We'll go to the line. He's a very good free throw shooter, 77%. He's got 2. Casey really taking his time on the free throw, and it is no good.
Yeah, we might need to get a count going on this one, Mets.
Very close, but he gets the second one to go. Makes it Albion 3, Hornets nothing. Caleb Call has it, enters at the broadsword. He goes up right hand, no good. 2 shots are on the rim, the Hornets have missed. That one a little bit tougher as Hunter brings it up. Now Ray gets it out to Rhodes. He fakes, starts the drive, out to Hunter. He tries a 3, got it. 6-0 start for Albion. They've got the early lead.
Yeah, both offenses really trying to get it down low to start this game. A lot of screens, trying to get a switch and a mismatch for their big man. And right there, the Britons see a little bit of a crash from the defense and an open three-point shooter, and he's able to drill it.
So far, Albion has been switching as they skip the call. He stays in bounds.
And again, you can see Broadsword with a mismatch down low.
They get it to him, and he's fouled. A high-loaded got it to Bandemir and threw it down to Lucas. He will shoot 2 as the foul goes on Michael Lume.
And that's going to be a big part of the offense for the Hornets here if they're going to keep switching everything like they are. Just get the ball down low to Broadsword on a mismatch, and if the defense kind of dives in on him, then they can look out to pass out to three-point shooters.
2 for Broadsword, scores 15 a game, 64% at the line this year. First free throw away, it is no good. So far, the Hornets have had free throws and shots around the rim that they have not converted.
Yeah, just got to get that first one to go, break the seal, if you would, for the Hornets, and see if that offense will start opening up.
Broadsword can't get it to go. Izuka nearly had the offensive rebound, and then Call does have it. He'll spin, and he gets it to go.
Yeah, and a great move right there by Call to realize that he had the spin back to his left side to finish on with his left hand, and finally the Hornets on the board.
Call's been playing a lot more as of late. He scores about 4 a game this year, but he's done it about 43% from the field. Hasn't taken a ton of shots, but he's been good when he has. Ume tries to back down, right into Broadsword, and the shot goes.
Yeah, it looked like he shuffled his feet a little bit there, but might have gotten away with one and able to finish and take the lead back up to 6 points.
8-2, Albion leads early. Call, fakes, gives to Sompa. A big crossover over to Izuka. 3 in the corner, that's no good. And Broadsword, can he hold on to it? Not enough to keep it in bounds. Albion will get it back.
Yeah, and that's another thing that the Hornets have to take advantage of. If Albion's switching everything, you're going to get switches down low. Even when it doesn't get passed down low to Broadsword, he's going to have a smaller guard on him going for offensive rebounds, and that could be big to get second chance points to keep the Hornets in this game early.
Ray brings it over to Lucchese. Lucchese drives. A tough shot. Wow, what a finish.
Yeah, that was just a tough finish. Kind of spun it up with the left hand and somehow got it to go. And Lucchese kind of showing the experience here early.
8-point Albion lead, 4 minutes in. Sompa fakes, pulls up, mid-range shot, no good. Broadsword, the offensive rebound, had it taken away.
Yeah, and if you're the Hornets, that's a shot you're okay with Sompa taking. That's kind of his shot right there, driving from the three-point line to take that mid-range pull-up.
Ray pulled up from 3, no good. Hornets with numbers now, and Sompa is fouled in transition by Ray, and that will take us to our first media timeout. Albion comes out. They've gotten to the rim. They've got an 8-point lead early on in this one. Kalamazoo makes their first 2 subs of the game. DJ Ferguson, senior from Lansing, Michigan. And the game of Jackson Kiefer, freshman from Ann Arbor, Michigan. Guy who they hope can add some three-point shooting into the lineup. They take out Bandamir and Izuka. Ferguson gives it to Call. They're still trying to find Broadsword. That's Kiefer over back to Sompa. Ferguson, he'll try a 3, no good. It's going to be knocked out of bounds off of Jalen Flanagan, who just came into the game for Albion. Also wins A.J. Barden, their 5th-year senior. Sompa gets the inbound. Call starts to drive. A lot of help there for Albion. Now they get a switch. Ferguson got it to Broadsword. Out to Sompa. He fakes, drives, finds Call wide open, top of the key. It falls. Caleb Call with all of the Hornet points right now.
Yeah, and that's exactly what the Hornets are going to need to do offensively. As you can see, Albion still switching everything, and they kind of get lost in those switches and leave Call wide open at the top of the key. And those are the 3-pointers that you're going to need to hit if you're the Hornets to stay in this one.
Barden, Albion's leading rebounder, hands off to Flanagan. He drives, floats, misses. It's going to be out of bounds off of Flanagan. Hornet possession as they'll make another sub. Nicholas Olmeda in for the first time, senior from St. Clair Shores, Michigan. Dribble handoff action to start the possession. Ferguson has Barden on him, spins, picks it up. Now Broadsword. Hands it to Kiefer. Over to Call. 9 to shoot. Call is going to be fouled. That's by Malachi Hoosier, who just came in. Freshman from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Flanagan's a senior from Troy, Michigan. And Barden, the 5th-year senior out of Detroit, gives the Hornets a fresh 20. Kiefer to Call. Broadsword. Double comes, he picks it up. Out to Call. Has another 3. Connects again. Caleb Call, 2 of 2 from deep. 3 of 3 on the night from the field.
Yeah, and the Hornets really struggling offensively, and right now just get the ball into Caleb Call's hands and he'll do it for you. I mean, as you said, all 8 points and kind of the only life on the offensive end for the Hornets.
Another sub. This is Beck Williams, who has a junior from Goshen, Indiana. So Rhodes, the guy with it, the only starter still on the floor for Albion. Williams fakes, steps back, gives it to Rhodes. Rhodes steps back. This is a long 2. That comes up short, but Barden's got the offensive rebound, has the ball stripped away. Call pushes the other way for the Hornets. Ahead to Kiefer. Now to Broadsword. Out to Call. Fakes. He's got all the points so far. Now Broadsword trying to change that. He gets fouled.
Yeah, Mets, and I'm shocked that Call passed that one. I thought he was pulling up with the man in his face no matter what.
The heat check.
Thought it was coming, but a smart pass by him down low to Broadsword, and Broadsword able to kind of just spin, keep the defender on his back, and go up with the right and draw that foul. And hoping to do a little bit better at the line this time.
Rhodes is first. He went 0 for his first time at the line. First one of the second trip is no good. So 0 for 3 for Broadsword right now. Albion will bring in Truman King, sophomore from Standish, Michigan. And for the Hornets, Lucas Hannafin, junior from Chelsea, Michigan. Broadsword gets this one to go, so 1-point game. J.J. Stevens, junior from Sturgis, Michigan, in for the Hornets.
Yeah, and you'll see a little bit of full court pressure from the Hornets, just kind of trying to take Albion out of any offensive rhythm that they found.
Flanagan running out of time, throws it right to Kiefer, and he was out of bounds.
Wow, a little bit of a break there for the Britons. I mean, looked like a little bit of a push in the back and maybe a foul, but just barely stepped on that baseline, and they'll retry.
They get it in to Hoosier, who had a really good game against Kalamazoo the first time around when these two teams met. All the starters for both teams currently out of the game as we sit. The bench units will try and beat the other as Willems gets a catch and shoot three. That's no good. Barden's got an offensive rebound underneath the rim. He scores. Barden, 6'4", 230 pounds, all muscle to get to the rim.
Yeah, and Barden kind of just found himself in good position and even got a little bit underneath the basket after the offensive rebound, but a good job to get back to his left side and go up with it.
Ferguson steps back, tries a three, no good. Hannafin's got the offensive rebound. Over to Kiefer, he tries a three, no good, and Willems has another board. Now Hoosier leaves to Willems, fakes, drives, and a block called on Almeida trying to draw a charge.
Yeah, that's a really good attempt right there by Almeida, but maybe just shuffling the feet a little bit. Thought that the defender might have ducked his shoulder into him to get the charge, but the ref didn't see it the same way.
Sompa back in, Ferguson out. Inbound comes to Flanagan. Got Hannafin in the air, now over to Truman King. Launches a three, no good. Looks good, little off. Hannafin gives it back to Sompa. Sompa drives out to Hannafin. He drives in, gets tripped on his way to the rim. And that is going to take us to our next media timeout. So Albion won the first 4 minutes. Kalamazoo wins the next. They've outscored Albion 7-2 over that stretch. Second media timeout of this game. It's Albion 12, Hornets 9. Lucchese and Hunter return for Albion. Broadsword returns for Kalamazoo, and the Hornets will have it following the fifth foul of the half against Albion. It was Jalen Flanagan. Sompa's got Hoosier out to him. Almeida now in the wing to Sompa. Sompa drives, slows down. He's got 5 to make something happen. Hannafin gives it back to him. He'll try a three online. On target, tie game here.
Yeah, and that's a big shot right there from Sompa. Not really known as a shooter, more of a kind of pass first point guard, dishes to his teammates, but late shot clock, a deep three, and he's able to connect.
Hoosier tried to lay it ahead and it was stolen. Now Hannafin the other way. No good. Almeida is going to be fouled by Barden.
Yeah, and a great job by the Hornets there to get that missed shot and push and transition and get an open layup. Hannafin unable to finish, but Almeida's there for the follow-up and got hit on the arm, and he'll go shoot two.
First on Barden, 6 on Albion, so the Hornets will be in the bonus starting at the next Britain free throw. 2 for Almeida. First one's away and good, and 60% on the line this year as Vandermeer will come back in for Kiefer. This is Kalamazoo's first lead of the game.
Yeah, Metz, and that's a huge point right there. As you just said, the Hornets are in the bonus the rest of the way, and we're not even under the 11-minute mark.
Second free throw for Almeida, no good. It's still an 11-2 Hornet run to take their first lead of this game as Hannafin pressures Hoosier. King goes to Lucchese. Hoosier, they're looking for Barden. A swing around to Hunter. Hunter right at Almeida, steps back, mid-range two, got it.
Yeah, and again, just another tough move right there from Hunter. Maybe got away with a little bit of push-off on that setback, but either way, a tough bucket.
Vandermeer lines up a three, couldn't get it. Sompa for the easy offensive rebound. Now Almeida wide open for three, no good. And this loose ball is going to be out of bounds. It is going to Albion. And now the Hornets will bring Izuka back into the game.
Yeah, and even though that trip comes up empty for the Hornets, I mean, you get 2 great looks at 3, and for the Hornets, you're not too mad with that possession. Eventually, those shots will fall.
King nearly had it taken away by Vandermeer, but he gets it to B.J. Hunter. Hunter's got it now. Hoosier lines up a 3. That's no good. Ume had it taken away for a moment, got it back and scores.
Yeah, and just a ton of action underneath by Ume. I mean, he's trying to get in front of Broadsword to get an entry pass, and they're battling. Broadsword ends up fronting him, and he gets positioned behind for the easy offensive rebound and putback.
Sompa fakes. Albion switching like crazy defensively. Hannafin crosses over, gets a 3, no good. Broadsword's got an offensive rebound, threw it up, couldn't get it to go. And now Hunter gonna get a wide open 3, that's good. It's been 3 runs that have told the story of this game, and Albion now on a 7-0 run.
Yeah, Mets, you beat me to it, and Albion with a strong start. Kalamazoo closes the gap and actually takes a lead, and then the Britons answer right back and back to a 6-point lead.
Pass was stolen. Hoosier to King, one more. Hunter in the same spot again. That one came up short.
Yeah, looked a little bit gassed on that one, running up and down the court a couple times. Didn't really get his legs under that one, and a fortunate break for the Hornets right there, not really getting back in the transition defense.
They can slow this down. Sompa crosses overhead. Ume on him, and now Izuka out to Sompa. A real nice crossover. Thought he was tripped. Instead, it's in the hands of Hannafin. He has it knocked away, but then floats it. No good. Awkward possession, and the shot no good.
Yeah, Metzen, I thought that Albion switching everything would be an advantage for the Hornets, but obviously watching them on defense, you can see why they switch everything. Their guards are battling down low against Kalamazoo's big men, and their bigs are really able to move with the guards and stay in front of them with all these moves.
Vandermeer through the lane, and an offensive foul. It was Hunter who drew the charge. And now we'll get some subs that both teams could use. As Ferguson and Call return for the Hornets, and they will bring in Trey Bowling, Jr. from Grand Rapids, Michigan. He hasn't seen a ton of minutes this year. But he's 6'7", 235 pounds. Maybe a matchup counter to the guys like Ume and Barton. Albion brings Dwayne Ray back in. They also bring Rhodes in as well. Rhodes into the front court. Nate Childers, a junior from Thompsonville, Michigan, in for Albion as well. Ume, right-handed hook and a foul.
Yeah, and that's a tough one for Bowling to pick up right there. I mean, you said it yourself. He's kind of coming in kind of to match up better with Ume, the big, strong, physical force down low, and that's your guy that you want to stop him, kind of just straight up right there, and Ume goes into him, and he gets called for a foul.
Ume 59.2 from the line this year. His first 2 of the night. It's away. It's good.
I mean, so you can see how physical Ume is on the offensive end, but what I'm really impressed with is his defense. I mean, he stepped up on Sompa in that possession, and Sompa was trying all the stops to get around him, and he was moving his feet with him the whole time. And super impressive for a big man like that.
Missed the second. Albion 20, Kalamazoo 13. Hornets have gone over 3 minutes without scoring. Call, who leads them with 8. Gets to Izuka. Izuka, split 2 for a moment. Over to Ferguson. He steps through the lane, out to Hannafin. One more Call. 5 for Call. Steps back, hoists one. He got foul, an offensive foul.
Whoa.
They say he kicked his leg out.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if that leg kick out really would have meant anything. I feel like he got hammered going up to shoot that one, but regardless, a tough break for the Hornets.
7:43 to go. We have our next media timeout. Albion on their run. They lead it by 7. Out of the timeout, it's Albion ball following the offensive foul against Caleb Call. 5th on the Hornets. So Albion 1 away from the bonus as Flanagan drives, has it knocked away. Now to Ume, a foul call. That's going to be Call's second.
Again, a tough 2 back-to-back to pick up for Call. Really been a bright spot early on in the offensive end for the Hornets. And looks like he might have to check out. Let's see if we'll keep him in the game.
Sompa's going to come in for Hannafin, and Almeida is going to come in for Call. 7.5 to go.
Yeah, probably a pretty smart sub. One that you don't want to make, but one that you should make.
Ball was deflected by Bowling as Ume got it to Dwayne Ray. Ray drives near the baseline, threw it off of the foot of Almeida, out of bounds.
And again, some really good action down low for the Britons. They're trying to post up their bigs, and if they don't get it inbounded or pass down low, then they'll kind of swing it around instead of back screen down low and try to repost again.
Ume throws it up, no good. Izuka's got the board. Hornets come up with a stop. And Almeida almost not quite ready for that. Now Broadsword kicks it out to Almeida. He's got Rhodes guarding him. Izuka tried to get it to Broadsword. Now a tie-up is going to give this one back to Albion.
And the Britons are just absolutely flying around on defense right now. And Coach GR needs to take a timeout, kind of talk about that.
30-second timeout, 6:56 to go. Hornets trailing by 7. Albion has it out of the timeout off of a jump ball. That's Flanagan in some trouble. And they're going to return it over. The full court pressure is giving them some issues. Ferguson got it to Izuka, who started to drive, but the Hornets are going to be able to steal a possession here. Swing around to Ferguson. He'll get a 3. That comes up short. Izuka runs down the rebound. In some trouble. Got it to Ferguson. Floats in the air. That one doesn't go. Tip out. Ferguson's got it again. Now he'll drive at Flanagan. Tried to leave it for Almeida. Instead, Izuka over to Sompa. Another 3-0. Another offensive rebound. Broadsword has it blocked. Albion able to get stops despite some really good looks for the Hornets. And now Childers. Eventually, they finally find Rhodes, who was wide open screaming for it. And then a foul is going to go against Albion.
Yeah, and that's a tough possession for the Hornets to not get any points off of. I mean, you had 3 or 4 offensive rebounds that kind of had the defense scrambling, but still that Albion defense is just flying around and really making up for their mistakes with effort.
Second foul on Ume, so he heads to the bench. Barden back in, and the foul was against Albion. It's their 7th, so 1-1 here for Ferguson, who is struggling from the field 0 of 4. Free throw is good. These are big points here. Get some free throws when trailing. Easy way to get back into it, especially in a game that's been this grinded out type of affair. As Hunter returns for Albion.
Yeah, that's big, Matt. That's going to end a scoring drought for the Hornets. I don't know how long it's been, but it's been a minute since they scored any points.
It's been nearly about 5 minutes since they scored. And this game and how it's been predicated on runs so far. Hornets are hoping that ignites another one. They trail by 5. Ray gives it to Barden. Flanagan trying to work for himself. Now Ray drives, leaves it to Rhodes. Another 3, that doesn't fall. And Ray just out-hustles everybody for the offensive rebound. Hunter out to Ray. He'll drive, trying to reward himself. Couldn't do it. Barden muscles a rebound. That one doesn't go, and finally Kiefer gets a rebound.
Yeah, Matt, and I have no idea how he grabbed that offensive board, but somehow he did and able to kind of get it up, but just not enough on it.
Izuka might have made that a little tougher on himself than he needed to, but it all counts the same as the Hornets got out and ran, and they're within one possession.
Yeah, I thought his defender was going to go up with him on the left side, so opted for the reverse back on the right, and the defender kind of stopped and sagged off and still able to hit. Tough finish.
Sompa all over Ray. Hunter lost it for a second, and Izuka on the ground in pain leads to a wide open 3, no good. Barden couldn't hold on to the offensive rebound. And then a technical foul is going to be called on Barden. Izuka was holding his ankle. A lot happened there. So Albion misses a 3. Barden wanted a foul, and the ball got knocked away. And then Barden gets whistled for a technical foul, which is going to be his second personal.
He might have yelled a bad word at the referee.
Yeah, you and I heard it. And he did it at a bad time because everyone went quiet for the injury. So Ethan Woolery will take him out. Both of Albion's bigs with 2 fouls. Hannafin comes in for Izuka. I hope he's okay as Ferguson gets the technical free throws. Izuka was holding his ankle. He's over with trainer Sam Woods now. That's the second free throw for Ferguson is good. He will leave this game as Bandemir comes in for him.
Yeah, I mean, always a good sign when he gets up and walks off on his own power, but it's something that you never want to see.
Hoping it's just some tape and he can come back. It looks like he's getting taped right now. Ferguson takes advantage of the technical free throws to make it a 1-point game at the stripe.
Yeah, Metz, and as you said, a game of runs, and the Hornets a little 6-0 run themselves to kind of cut back into this lead.
Bandemir gives them the lead from deep to make it a 9-0 run.
Yeah, and a huge shot from Bandemir right there on the wing. And hand down, man down, that's your shooter, and steps up and buries it.
Ray drives, got it with a foul.
Yeah, and Hannafin kind of pleading his case with the officials. I mean, he went right up into the face of Hannafin, and the ref sees it the opposite way of Hannafin and one to the line for another.
So now we're even, and Dwayne Ray can give Albion the lead back. 73% free throw shooter, connects. So far, the Hornets have had a couple times where they were able to take leads, then immediately the lead flipped to Albion. As Broadsword's got it, has a little space. Down to Almeida, he gets fouled. That's going to go on, I believe, Rhodes, and that would be his second.
Yeah, and that's a great job right there by the Hornets. I mean, a really good-looking offensive possession. You get that switch, getting a smaller guard onto Broadsword and able to enter it down low, and that forces the help defense to come, and Almeida crashing from the short corner and able to pump fake and go up in and draw contact.
Almeida has 1 point tonight, and he misses the next free throw. He was 1 of 2 at the line as Truman King comes in, as Jody May has to go into his bench with Rhodes, Barden, and Ume each with 2 fouls. 4:13 to go in the half. Almeida makes the free throw after using every part of the rim. We're back even at 23.
Yeah, Metz, and as you said, 3 Britain starters with 2 fouls on the bench right now, and this is a big time for the Hornets. Need to take advantage of that and try to score some points and maybe build themselves a little bit of a lead before those starters come back into the game.
Ray on the wing, enters to Woolery. Out to Ray. He drives, gets to the rim, and scores.
Yeah, and that's just a tough finish right there. Threw a little bit of contact for Ray, and kind of taking over a little bit with some of the starters out of the game.
Broadsword has Woolery on him. Tries to spin back to the baseline. Goes to a right-handed hook. That doesn't fall, and King holds on to the rebound. Ray has been able to get to the rim. Does again and finishes again. And Albion, after giving up the lead, a 6-1 run of their own.
Yeah, and that's another tough finish for the Britons. I mean, flying in there and is able to scoop it up with the right hand. And
Vandermeer gets another look from deep, connects.
yeah, and that's just a huge shot right there from Carter Vandermeer. Again, that's your three-point shooter, and you give him a little bit of space, he's going to pull one up and buries it there.
2 threes tonight for Vandermeer. It's a 1-point game. Calms down the run a little bit for Albion. Lucchese gives to Woolery. Hands it to Ray. He has the last 6 for Albion. Gets all the way to the rim, and he scores again after getting switched on to Kiefer.
Yeah, and you can see right there, Ray with that first step, he's just quick and able to explode by Kiefer to get to his right hand and able to finish again.
Broadsword right near the rim, missed the bunny. Almeida gets the offensive rebound, and he's fouled.
Yeah, and that's kind of the story of the game right there for the Hornets. I mean, missing an easy bunny and somehow crashing the offensive rebound, getting one back up and getting fouled. And
they've got 11 offensive rebounds so far in this game, and you could argue it's what's keeping them in it. Final media timeout of the first half, 2:27 to go. Albion leading by 3. Since Kalamazoo took a 22-20 lead about a minute and a half ago, it's been a 9-4 Albion sequence, but really it's been a 9-4 Dwayne Ray sequence for the Britons.
yeah, and a 9-4 run just for himself. And Mets, I had some inside sources who are familiar with the Farmington Hills area say that Dwayne Ray is a very good player and to watch out for him tonight, and he's showing you why with the last 9 for the Britons.
Detroit, Michigan resident, graduate of North Farmington High School, a sophomore. Nicholas Almeida shooting 2 for the Hornets. He has 2 of 4th the line tonight, hits the first. The last Albion foul, I believe, went on Truman King. It's his first. Almeida's got one more, can make it a 1-point game. And he does not. So Almeida has split every pair so far. Free throw line has not been too kind to the Hornets, as they are now 8 of 14. Woolery is to King. Now Ray. Trying to continue the run. Out to Woolery. A wide open 3, no good. Hornets grab the rebound, so they get a stop. 2 minutes to go in the half. Sompa to Broadsword. Out to Sompa. He tries a 3 for the lead. No, couldn't get the shooter's roll.
And Sompa hit that deep 3 earlier on in a late shot clock situation and is kind of feeling confident from the three-point line, and that's a good shot for him, just unable to finish on that one.
1 of 3 from long range tonight. Woolery hands it to King. King, a tough look, and he got that to go. Albion has hit some really tough shots around the rim.
Yeah, and I'm not sure how that went in. I thought Broadsword's hand was there the whole way, and I thought it was going to be a free block, but somehow up and over, and King finishes for 2.
Hannafin baseline drive out to Broadsword. Sompa, they got to switch. Now Sompa on Woolery. Hannafin's got 5, tied up by Hunter. And so the Hornets will keep it with 2 to shoot and a minute on the game clock.
Yeah, Hannafin just kind of trying to rip through to get to his left hand, and some really good defense right there. And forces the jump ball, but that one will go back to the Hornets. Late shot clock situation. See if they try to drop a play for Bandemir to get a catch and shoot 3 with only 2 left on the shot clock.
Hannafin has to hoist. No good. Albion grabs the rebound. Didn't hit the rim, I believe, but officials say it doesn't matter with the Brits grabbing the rebound. Luke Casey to the hook. Missed everything. Call will slow down. Call's back in with 2 fouls, so keep an eye on that. The way he defends. About a 16-second difference between the shot and the game. They had the 2-for-1 if they wanted it. Instead, they slow down. Now they are trying to get the ball to Sompa. Turned over. And Ray will bring it into the front court. Albion will look to hold for one more. That was the 7th Kalamazoo turnover this game. Sompa got up close to Ray. Ray pulls up along 2. Got it. 4 seconds. Bandemir will loft to half court. Oh, he got it to go. Oh, my. It drops from half court.
Wow, what just a crazy sequence to end that half. And as you said, Ray with a tough long 2 and then getting it out quickly into Bandemir's hands and behind half court is able to hit it. And that's a huge 3 for the Hornets to cut the lead back down to 3.
Clearly a desperation heave. I mean, Carter's as big a Cassius Winston fan I know, and that's a Cassius Winston type of shot. So that'll take us to the break. It's Albion 33, Kalamazoo 30 as we look at some numbers. Albion has been excellent from the field, 46%. Hornets have struggled, 26% from the field. They're 8 of 29 from the field. 6 of their shots from the field are from deep. They are living out there right now, but they're hitting threes, 35%. Albion's just 2 of 11 from beyond the arc, and Albion 3 of 5 from the free throw line. Kalamazoo 8 of 14. So there are 2 keys right now. 1, you got to make your shots around the rim, and 2, you got to make your free throws.
Yeah, Mets, we'll give a lot of credit to the Albion defense. I mean, they are just swarming down low and making those 2s tough, and really what's keeping the Hornets in this game is the offensive rebounds and getting fouled and getting to the line and those 3-point shots, as you said. But you'd think that some of those 2-pointers for the Hornets will start falling in the second half, and we'll see if they do.
Some other numbers, Kalamazoo out-rebounding Albion, including 11 offensive boards. And the turnover number, 7 for the Hornets, 4 for Albion individually. Albion being led by Dwayne Ray, who scored their last 11 points of the half. So it was 22-23. The Hornets had just taken the lead when Ray started to ignite. And now he has hit Albion up to 33 points. Following him in points is B.J. Hunter with 8 and Michael Ume with 5. Marco Lucchesi with 4 rebounds to lead them, followed by A.J. Barden. And the foul trouble for Albion. 3 guys with 2. 2 starters in their backup big. Curtis Rhodes, Ume, and then A.J. Barden, each with 2. On the Hornets side, Carter Bandemir with 3 threes, including one from way back beyond half court with 9. Caleb Call with 8. And the rebounds, Bradley Izuka with 4. DJ Ferguson with 4. Foul trouble for the Hornets. Just Caleb Call. He's the only guy with 2. We're going to take a break for halftime, see if Carter's half-court shot gives the Hornets some momentum going into the break. Albion with a 33-30 lead as we head to halftime. Zach Metz and Dawson Scoopin, thank you all for tuning in. Stay tuned for the second half. We're back. Welcome to the second half of action between Kalamazoo College and Albion College. 33-30, Albion leads. Zach Metz here and Dawson Scoopin. Half ended with a Dwayne Ray 11-point Albion swing, and then Carter Vandermeer hits a half-court shot to keep the Hornets within 3, and it's a big one because being down 3 looks a lot better than being down 6, as Albion has it to start the half. Ray has it, gives it to Marco Lucchese, then gets it back. Ray kicks it over to B.J. Hunter for a 3. That came up short. Now the ball is loose into the hands of Curtis Rhodes, but he was out of bounds. So Albion's second half starters are the same as the first for them. B.J. Hunter, Lucchese, Ray, Rhodes, and then Michael Ume, number 30. For the Hornets, they're same starters. Nelson Sompa, who's got it now. Bradley Izuka, Lucas Broadsword, Caleb Call, and Carter Vandermeer. Broadsword will try to hand it off to Vandermeer. Instead, it goes to Izuka. Izuka over to Vandermeer. They get it to Broadsword. Got a man in the air and then got fouled on the way up. And that's going to be on Rhodes, and that's going to be his third. Or no, it's going to be on Ume. That's equally as damaging as that's his third as well.
Yeah, and Ume kind of just took a tumble down low trying to guard Broadsword and kind of tripped him while he was going up for that layup, and that's where you're going to get that foul call. But both offenses really picked it up late in that first half. And at the beginning of the first half, I kind of thought it was first to 50 would win this game, but it's looking a little bit different now.
First free throw for Broadsword is no good. He has had his free throw struggles today. He is now just 1 of 5, and the Hornets are now 8 of 15 from the free throw line. Ume stays in despite picking up a foul 30 seconds into the half. Second free throw's good. Hornets get the first bucket. They're within 2. B.J. Hunter brings it across, gives it to Ray. As mentioned, Ray came to life late in that first half with 11 straight for Albion. Hunter gives it to Ray. They're looking for Ume. They said Lucchese tried to get it to Ume, and he ends up with it, but at the free throw line. So now Rhodes will have to work. He tries a 3. No good. Sompa the board. Hornets can tie or take the lead, and they're going to get Vandermeer a look to take the lead. That's no good, and it's going to be into the hands of Call. Another offensive rebound where Kalamazoo has gotten a ton of them today. That's 12 offensive rebounds for the Hornets, and another free possession. Sompa over to Caleb Call. He fakes, looks to drive. Call steps through the lane. Right hand, he got it.
Yeah, and way to navigate his way through traffic down low and able to scoop up with the right hand and finish. And the Hornets back tied in this game.
Their bench trying to bring a little bit of energy. As Lucchese's got on the wing, every time the Hornets have taken the lead or tied it, Albion's immediately answered. What gives here? Rhodes. They lost it. Now Ray to Ume. Ume out to Lucchese. Open 3. Got it.
Yeah, and you're going to see a lot of that from the Britons in the second half. Kind of a two-man game between Ray and Ume. And right there you see a little bit of the defense crash, and Lucchese open for 3.
And Carter Vandermeer answers with his 4th 3 of the night.
Yeah, and Vandermeer starting to heat up. Was a little bit quiet in the first part of that first half, but obviously woke up in the second.
He's 4 of 6 from beyond the arc, including 1 of 1 from beyond midcourt, and a foul called underneath is going to go on Broadsword. Just the first on Broadsword, so he can continue to be physical.
And Broadsword's had his work cut out for him tonight. Ume is super active on the offensive end and the defensive end, picking up guards at the top of the key and really staying with them.
Allows Albion to switch everything as Lucchese has it poked away, but a foul against Call. That would have been a runaway 2 for Vandermeer.
And that's a close one. He might have gotten him a little bit on the arm, but that looked pretty clean. And Caleb Call and this official on the near end really disagreeing on a lot of calls tonight.
It's a 3rd foul on Call as Ume hands it off to Ray. Ray tries a 3. Got it. 14 for Dwayne Ray.
Yeah, Dwayne Ray is just feeling himself right now, kind of hand down, man down right there, and he's going to step into that 3. And
he's a 46% shooter. He's a very good 3-point shooter. As Broadsword kicks it out to Sompa. He's fouled by Ray. That'll be his 2nd.
And a good job by Sompa right there with the shot fake. Didn't go up with it right away and kind of got Ray a little bit out of position and able to kind of drive into him and pick up that foul. And if you can pick up a couple fouls on Ray, that would be big to start this second half.
Official stats show 2 on Ray as call fakes. They're looking for Broadsword. Ume is making it really tough for him and then nearly took it away. Broadsword nearly shuffled his feet and has to kick it out. 5 to shoot now. Call has 2. Call has to force a 3. It was deflected. A shot clock violation.
Yeah, and this Britain's defense just continues to fly around exactly like they did in the first half and make everything really tough on the Hornets. They've really struggled in the half-court offense where they've been really good and getting a lot of their points in transition and second chance opportunities, getting offensive rebounds.
Rhodes steps into another 3. No good. Call grabs the rebound.
Yeah, but this is where you want to push here, the Hornets. You got the Britain's defense out of position.
Izuka had it blocked, but a foul. It's on B.J. Hunter. B.J. Hunter's first. And Bradley Izuka will shoot 2. Not a great free throw shooter for the Hornets, just at 65%. And the Hornets need some change of luck at the free throw line where they have had their struggles. Izuka's first one's away, no good.
Yeah, Metzen, I think Izuka's ankle is feeling a little bit better from earlier.
Yeah, he was able to get up, rolled it earlier, and as the Britons make some subs, Sherman King, A.J. Barden, and Jalen Flanagan all come in.
And you've got to assume if you're the Hornets and Coach GR that you want to tell your players to try to get out and push in transition. Don't let the Britons have time to set up in their half-court defense where they really are able to fly around and cause a lot of chaos.
Second free throw for Izuka drops. 2-point lead for Albion. Ray is being pressured by Hannafin, who just came in for the Hornets. The lone sub gives Sompa a blow. Flanagan skips it to King, who was left open, gets a 3 that won't fall, and then a foul underneath as Barden got the offensive rebound. That's on Broadsword. It's his second.
Yeah, and a really good skip pass right there. Just find King open on the wing. It made Izuka and Bandemir kind of talk about who was going to fly over there to pick him up, and they both kind of hesitate for a second, and then King's able to get an open 3 and unable to finish. But on the offensive glass, the Britons kind of trying to do what the Hornets have been doing all night.
King, this is going to be a long 2. It doesn't go. And then the tip ends up with Flanagan. And Ray gets a 3. Got it! Dwayne Ray has come alive, and he's now got 17 for Albion off of a mistake from the Hornets. Couldn't grab the defensive rebound.
Yeah, and if you're Kalamazoo defensively, you might want to start face guarding him or something. You cannot leave him open.
Hannafin answers, and now the offense is igniting.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of a battle starting between Ray and Hannafin. Two of the guards picking each other up at half court.
Hunter has it knocked away momentarily by Stevens. Flanagan with a hard jab. Albion slows down again. King to Barden. A capable three-point shooter. Comes up short. Hannafin grabs it.
Yeah, Metzen, I'm shocked that offensive possession, the ball didn't touch Ray's hand.
One more. Bandemir, a look from deep. No good. And the rebound is tipped out to Ray. Ray has been able to get to the rim at will. Does again. This one doesn't go. Bandemir saves it. Got it to Hannafin. They push again. Ferguson's got Barden on him. Ferguson starts to drive. Out to Izuka. He's got a 3 in the corner. No good. 2 good looks from deep for the Hornets. And then a whistle, and Ray. A little gimpy. Unfortunate to see as he's played so well today.
Yeah, it looked like he might have taken a knee on that drive by DJ Ferguson. Hopefully he's able to shake that one off and come back in for the Britons.
Yeah, you hope he's okay, but it does lead to our first media timeout of the second half. Albion leading at 42-40. Albion's got it out of our first media timeout. We're just over 5 minutes into the second half. On the floor for Albion, it's Flanagan, Barden, Hunter, King, and now Malachi Hooser who comes in. For the Hornets, it's Ferguson, Bandemir, Stevens, Hannafin, and Caleb Call returns. High-low game to Barden, and a foul called on Hannafin. And Barden, I think, might have banged knees with him.
Yeah, and a big collision in the air. Both guys kind of going up for that lob pass, and a little bit too much there from Hannafin trying to go for that pass.
Barden gets the inbound. Picks up the dribble. In some trouble, got it to King. King tries to drive, stripped away by Ferguson, who's out ahead of the pack, and it's rejected emphatically by Barden.
And Ferg kind of going with his left hand the whole way down, and Barden kind of just waiting there for him, and as you can see, an emphatic block right there.
The inbound comes a call. Hornets trailing by 2. Gets into the paint, and he will be fouled on the way up, so he will get 2 free throws.
And another great job right there by Call, kind of maneuvering his feet, not traveling, getting down low, and able to go up and do a little bit of contact and draw that foul.
Third on Barden. Call's got 2. 10 points today. He has yet to attempt a free throw. First one's away. Got it.
Yeah, this is one of the spots of the game that has been keeping the Hornets in it at the free throw line, but if they could just make a couple more, they'd have a pretty nice lead right now.
Second one, no good, and another split. So they're now 11 of 20 at the line today. Calls at 11 points, one shy of his season high. Barden picks it up, gives it to Hunter. A 1-point game. Hunter, good defense by Bandemir. Hunter will try a mid-range jump shot, no good. Really good individual defense by Carter Bandemir.
Yeah, and that's something you love to see from him right there, kind of your three-point specialist stepping up on defense.
And Hannafin steps into the 3, and the Hornets have got the lead back again.
And again, a little bit of full-court pressure from the Hornets, trying to just take Albion out of a little bit of their flow offensively.
44-42, Hornets lead. Hannafin gets his second 3 of the half.
Yeah, this Albion team has just looked completely different without Ume on the defensive end.
King to answer. He does. Every time the Hornets have taken the lead, Albion's had the answer.
And that's what great teams do. Even during adversity, the Hornets come back, take a lead. They're right there stepping up and hitting another big shot.
Call. Fakes. Got a switch. Now Ferguson spins, rises up for a tough mid-range. No good, and Nick Giard cannot believe no foul call. Hunter creates some space and scores.
And Coach Giard is fired up on the sideline after those 2 no calls right there, and leads to another 2 points for the Britons.
So Albion back up 3. Hannafin nearly lost it, nearly had it taken away by Hooser. Ferguson trying for an answer. He got that one to fall.
Yeah, and that's just a good-looking 3 right there from DJ Ferguson. I mean, no hesitation, just goes right up with it, right in the shooting pocket, and able to drill it.
He was 0-6 from the field before that, and confidently knots us back up again at 47. Barden gives it to Hooser. A 3, good again. It's turned into a shootout.
Yeah, and again, another tie game, and Albion comes right down and hits another 3.
What a cross by Ferguson. All the way to the rim, he scores.
And that is a take right there from DJ Ferguson, and I'm shocked he didn't get a call on that one. Looked like he got bumped in the body going up with the right hand, but either way, still able to finish.
We got a timeout coming to the next dead ball, and the scoring has certainly picked up here. Barden to King. Steps back for a 3. No good. Hannafin grabs another rebound. Over to Call. Slicing through the lane. made that way tougher on himself than he needed to, and Barden faked like he was going to go get that. Hunter all the way, missed the bunny. Hornets have missed a number of those, and Albion, that's the first one they've missed. Call, steps through, left hand, no. Barden using his big frame and strength. Now Flanagan over to Hunter, a three, no good. And a strong rebound by Barden to draw foul, the third on Broadsword.
Yeah, after no one could miss for a little bit of stretch there from the 14 to 12 minute mark, everyone just goes completely ice cold. I mean, a ton of great looks down low, and both teams unable to finish, and it leaves us at a 1-point game.
We go to the under 12. Albion with a 1-point lead, 50-49. Number of subs for Albion. Out of that timeout, Dwayne Ray back in. Good to see him back on the floor and okay, along with Ume and Lucchese. Rhodes as well. Kalamazoo brought Sompa into the game. As Lucchese goes at Izuka, fades away. Tough shot, no good. Ferguson the rebound. Hornets once again can take the lead after a wild sequence of hot three-point shooting and then a bunch of missed shots around the rim by both sides. Ferguson pulls back. He's got the last 5 for the Hornets. Goes over to Hannafin. Drives at Ray. He's fouled. Number 5 of the half against Albion. Third on Ray. Nobody with 4 for Albion, but 3 guys with 3. They're 2 bigs and then Ray. And then Rhodes has 2. So that'll be something to keep an eye on. Izuka lost the handle. Sompa over to Ferguson. Thought about a 3. Drives, steps back, 4-3. Oh, we got it! How about that?
Wow, DJ Ferguson has the ball on a string right now and
it looked
snatched
like
it back between the legs and able to bury it.
Looked like he had a lane to the rim, too. Said, I want an extra point. He's got 9 today. The last 9 for the Hornets. Ray, another pull-up. Got it again. 19 for Dwayne Ray.
Yeah, and the streak continues every single time the Hornets take the lead. Albion comes right back down and answers.
Hannafin over to Ferguson. Behind the back, fades away. Got it again. DJ's cooking.
Yeah, and he's got the hot hand. That one was a crazy heat check right there, fading away and able to drain it. And you got to go back to him on the next possession.
That's now 14 for Ferguson. Ray around the screen. Hannafin comes out to pick him up. Rhodes got an open 3. Got it again every time. The Hornets have taken the lead. Albion has immediately answered. Izuka spins. The shot doesn't go, and Ume holds on to the rebound.
And again, the Hornets really just struggling down low and around the basket. I mean, they can feel the physical presence of Ume down there and just left it a tiny bit short.
And Rhodes takes advantage by getting into the lane and scoring.
And again, a little bit of a back and forth out of that timeout, and Coach Giard telling his team to slow it down and set up a little bit of a half-court set.
Ferguson got it. Has a switch with Ume on him. Said we'll enter the broadsword. Got it back to Ferguson. Thought about a 3. Now pulls up. That one doesn't go. Izuka flies in for the offensive putback.
Yeah, and a great job from the Hornets. They're continuing where they left off in the first half on the offensive rebounds.
And a shot clock issue. Calls for a break as Izuka comes out. Call comes in and Stevens comes in. Broadsword comes out. Flanagan's going to come in for Albion, takes out Lucchese.
Yeah, it looked like Hoser had just touched the ball and taken a couple dribbles, and the shot clock was already down to 25 with Hannafin on him, and the refs realized it and stop it, reset it to 29.
King comes back in for Hoser. He's trying to keep it out of the hands of Ray. It's into King, who nearly traveled. But they get it back to Ray. A push ahead to Flanagan, threw it away.
Yeah, and a little bit of a gamble right there by Hannafin trying to go for the steal and doesn't get it, a little bit out of position, but a great hustle to get back and force a bad pass into the corner and a turnover. And another opportunity for the Hornets to come down and take the lead.
Hannafin over to Call. Now to Stevens. Tries to skip it to Ferguson. He'll drive through the lane. What a finish for Ferguson.
Wow, I think he lost it with his left hand, corralled it with the right, and was still able to finish through a little bit of contact, and he's really getting no calls down low.
So here we go, another chance for Albion to answer. They've done it every single time today. Flanagan drives, gets into the paint, and they do it again.
Yeah, and up into the face of Call, and he's feeling that one a little bit. Hopefully he can shake it off.
Hannafin to Stevens, has it deflected, out of bounds. Hornets will keep it. And this will take us to another media timeout. Approaching crunch time here in Kalamazoo, and Albion leading it 59-58. Hornet possession, down by one. Carter Bandemir returns for Kalamazoo. Dwayne Ray for Albion with 19 points, has a new career high. It's a tough spot for Bandemir to inbound the ball from, and he got it to Hannafin. Now to Bandemir. Keep an eye on Ferguson in the corner. He leads Kalamazoo with 16. Got it now. Guarded tightly by Rhodes. 8 to shoot for Caleb Call. Call crosses over, stepped through the lane, couldn't get it. Stevens there for the offensive rebound and the putback.
Yeah, and a great job by Stevens right there. He's battling down low with Ume and able to get around him and corral that offensive board.
And then a foul's called.
Yeah, and I'm not sure about that one. I mean, Call yelled a little bit at the referee after getting the no call on the layup, and
that's the fourth on Call. As the ball is inbounded to Ray.
Well, Mets, the Hornets just took the lead, so.
You would expect an Albion bucket. They've had the answer every single time, and Ray floats, doesn't have it. Ume is there to follow.
And again, Ume is just active all over the court and right there flying in for that putback. And again, Britton's by one.
Statistically, he's been quiet, but the Hornets have felt his impact. Hannafin is left wide open. 3 no good, and then bounced off of the shot clock, which will give it to Albion as Hoser and Barden come back in.
Yeah, and a super unfortunate break right there for the Hornets on that long rebound. Goes up and hits the top of the backboard, maybe the shot clock, and goes out of bounds. Yeah. Either bounced in or he had a couple Hornets in there for an offensive rebound and maybe another possession.
Ray comes out for Albion as Hunter comes back in. Barden handed off, and he traveled.
Yeah, kind of got caught picking up his dribble while he was still moving. Didn't really jump stop on that one, and that's exactly what his coach is telling him right now. Either way, a little bit of a break for the Hornets. And again, another chance to take this lead.
61-60 Albion. It's been back and forth this entire game. Ferguson around the screen, tried to get it to Broadsword. It's out of bounds.
Yeah, and you got to think if you're the Hornets, you go back to DJ Ferguson, especially with Barden on him. It seems like a little bit of a mismatch. Even still with Rhodes, I mean, a taller, lengthier defender against a quick, shifty DJ Ferguson.
Sompa around the screen, floats one, no good. Rebound at Albion. Hunter, or rather Hooser, crosses over. Gives it to Barden. Flanagan fell down. Tripped Ferguson on the way down. Some incidental contact there. Now Rhodes goes at Kiefer, and Hooser gives it to Hunter. One more to Flanagan. 10 for Flanagan at Ferguson. Got fouled, couldn't get it.
Yeah, Metz, and that's kind of the same type of contact that we're seeing down low on the other end with some no calls.
Just the first on Ferguson. Jalen Flanagan, 69% at the line. He's got 2 free throws, first 2 of the night. First one is away and good. Albion has made most of their free throws. Well, they've only tried 5 of them, and now 6 there, 4 of 6. And Kalamazoo takes a timeout, 5:45 to go. Home team trailing by 2. One more free throw for Jalen Flanagan out of the timeout. Update from Albion, the Kalamazoo College women's basketball team in action, and a close game over there as Albion leading 69-65 over there. One more free throw for Flanagan. It's away. It is good. 3-point lead for the Britons. Next dead ball, we'll get a look at some MIAA scores. Ferguson gets a handoff, drives at Hooser. They try to get it to Broadsword. It was taken away by Barden. Albion gets a big stop with 5:20 to go.
Yeah, and some really good defense right there by A.J. Barden to kind of get in front of Broadswords at the last minute and able to deflect that pass and leads to the steal.
Hunter over to Truman King. King got a step on Kiefer. Now out to Hunter. Hunter spinning. A tough 2. That's no good, and Sompa's got the board. Sompa gonna go all the way. It was deflected into the hands of Kiefer, and Barden with one hand ripped down that rebound. Albion pushes again. Flanagan nearly had it taken away by Sompa, but it almost led to a 3 for Hooser. Instead, it's a 3 for King, who got it.
Yeah, and that's just a tough shot right there from King to hit that. I mean, he had Vandermeer flying out on him with a really good contest and still able to bury it.
Vandermeer looking 3, starts to drive, Floats it, gets the roll.
Yeah, and Bandamere really known as a three-point specialist for the team, but that's another aspect of his game right there. He kind of gets a defender on his back and is able to go into the lane and pop a little bit of a floater to go up over the big men and able to hit it there.
Bandamere with 14 breaks a 7-0 Albion run as we approach 4 minutes.
Yeah, and a couple of big possessions right here for the Britons and see if the Hornets can get a couple of stops.
Flanagan couldn't get it. King's got the offensive rebound, but it's deflected into the hands of Kiefer. Sompa looking to run. They've got numbers. Sompa has it blocked by Barden. Ahead to Flanagan. He scored. No, he missed it. And then a foul. That's going to be on Hunter. That's his second. Flanagan misses a shot around the rim.
Yeah, and that's just great hustle right there by Bandamere to be able to get back and kind of throw him off his rhythm, a little bit of contest, and misses that layup.
And this will take us to our final media timeout of this game. 3:44 to go. Albion leading it by 4. That last foul on B.J. Hunter was the 6th of the half on Albion. So both teams will be in the bonus the rest of the way. Sompa let it roll all the way into the front court, and then shot clock.
Yeah, got to be a
started
clock
early.
issue. The clock was running even though no one touched it and rolled it in. Coach Giard was livid, screaming at the official, and he didn't even stop it. The other official did.
It got reset, so.
I think the shot clock never started, but the game clock was running the whole time. Maybe talking about what it was at before the break.
Was it 3:44, I believe. When they took that timeout. Yeah, it was 3:44 before the play started. 3:43 they'll go with, and they'll say the 1 second Sompa picked it up was the time it took. The shot clock did get fixed before he picked it up, so that wasn't the issue, I believe. Bandamere guarded by Rhodes as we resume play. Hannafin to Sompa. Sompa drives, tried to dump it down to Broadsword. It was kicked.
Yeah, and Barden is really playing good defense down low in place of Ume right now. And he's kind of contested Sompa on the last 2 times that Sompa's drove in right there. And Sompa kind of expecting him to come out on him again. And this time he sags back onto Broadsword, and Sompa doesn't read it.
Izuka was wide open. They didn't see him. Hannafin drives. He's fouled. It'll be 1-1. The shot does not count. So can Hannafin break the free throw line woes?
Yeah, no continuation in collegiate ball. And
I'm not even sure if that's continuation in the NBA.
it's close.
1-1 for Hannafin. It's away. It's good.
A little bit more sure looking at the free throw line than a couple of his teammates.
That was his first free throw of the night. He's got now 7 points. Second one's away. Got it. So 2-point game. Hornets within 1 possession again. Ray with a new career high 19 today. Luke Casey. Oh, Bandamere thought he didn't touch it.
Yeah, I think Bandamere got a hand on it, but it looked like it might have tipped off Luke Casey, but the referee right there says no, it did not.
He was right there. It was close. Rhodes fakes. Looking for Ray. Ray's got it. Lucchese is wide open for three. In and out. It felt like those shots have all gone for Albion tonight. Those big shots and momentum-type possessions.
Yeah, and Bandamere kind of falls asleep a little bit on the defensive end and leaves Lucchese open for that three. Closes out late, and super fortunate that one rattles out for the Hornets.
Izuka tried to drive. He's fouled. It's on Rhodes. It's his third. By the way, Dwayne Ray picked up that previous foul. That's his fourth. 1-1 for Izuka, who missed both his last time he was at the stripe. Free throws, you could point to the number one reason for the Hornets being in the position they are trailing. Izuka hits the first one.
Yeah, that free throw percentage number was right around 50%, which is not very good if you're the Hornets, but a couple of makes.
They're not a great free throw shooting team, 66%, which in comparison to the league isn't terrible, but Izuka hits them both, and we got a tie game again. Every time Albion's needed a bucket here, they've gotten it. As Hooser brings it into the front court, 2.5 to go. Bandamere tips it away from Lucchese, and it rolls out of bounds. Bandamere thought for sure Lucchese hit it, and I think stopped running for it.
Yeah, almost back-to-back or a break in between. Bandamere kind of flying out and contesting these passes that are telegraphed a little bit. A great job from him on the defensive end.
Ray probing to Lucchese. He drives, gives to Hooser. Now Ray's got it. Ray drives, tough shot, couldn't get it. They get a stop, the Hornets do. Now Izuka spins, slows down, and Sompa will get him into the half court.
Yeah, Mets, is that the first time this game that they've missed it when the Hornets have tied it or took in the lead?
Feels like it, and Izuka's shot is blocked, but the save goes to Broadsword, and then a whistle. The shot clock reset too early. It's at 15. Hornets keep it. They will inbound on the baseline as King comes back in, takes Hooser out. German King has hit a couple of big threes today. Sompa. Izuka pops wide open. He's fouled. They ran that earlier, and Izuka was wide open, and the Hornets couldn't find him, and this time they do.
Yeah, and just a great play from the Hornets right there. They kind of faked the elevator screen for Bandamere coming up like he's going to get a three, and then Izuka just pops down and rolls right to the basket. And as you said, this time they find him, and he's able to get fouled. And it's super hard foul right there between him and King. And glad to see that they're both up and all right.
Second foul on Truman King. Bradley Izuka has 2 free throws to give the Hornets the lead. First one is no good. Second free throw miss for Izuka today. That's the 9th on Albion with 1:54 left. Second one good. As Hunter will come back in. Rhodes comes out. They're going to try and keep it out of the hands of Ray, but they get it to him. 1:50 to go, 1-point Hornet lead. Every time Albion's needed a big bucket after losing the lead, they've gotten it. They haven't trailed for more than one possession. Will that hold true here? Hunter to Ray. Now Lucchese, clock starting to run down. Lucchese spins out to King. King for 3. No, Hannafin gets the rebound. And they get into the front court. They slow down again. Bandamere thought about it, but holds it. They want a better shot. Sompa crosses over. Remember, Ray's got 4. Barden going for the steal. Izuka backs down out to Broadsword. 1:09 to go. 10 on the clock. Hannafin crosses. Hannafin to Izuka. A look for 3. No good. Ray's got the rebound. Under a minute to go.
Yeah, just a great look right there. Hannafin driving with his left hand and sees Izuka wide open for 3. Just unable to hit that one, and that would have been huge for the Hornets.
And Albion takes a timeout. They have 2 more remaining following that. 52.3. It's got to be Dwayne Ray, right?
Yeah, and that's what I've been thinking. Dwayne Ray, I mean, he was hot and he's kind of cooled off. Hasn't gotten as many touches later in this second half, but he's been the scorer when the Britons have needed a bucket, and expect them to go back to him here.
A career high 19 points for Dwayne Ray. You'd imagine he's the key, right? But yeah, keep an eye out for Barden down low. He's been battling for position despite just taking one shot.
Yeah, we'll see who they have in the game. Barden's been playing a lot down the stretch. They have not put Ume back in since he went out, and see if they continue that.
On the floor for Albion, King, Ray, Hunter, Lucchese, and Barden. For the Hornets, Hannafin, Bandamere, Izuka, Sompa, and Broadsword. And a must-win game for the Hornets, with opportunities for wins running out on them if they want to make the MIAA tournament.
Yeah, and Albion goes a little bit with a smaller lineup on the offensive end right here, and see if they try to get something going for King to pop out for a three.
They slow it down, and Barden has the dribble picked up.
Wow, and he got close to 5 seconds there.
10 on the clock for Ray. Ray around the screen to Hunter. 5. Hunter running out of time. King to Lucchese. Has to throw it up. No good. Shot clock violation.
Yeah, and that's just stellar defense right there from the Hornets.
What defense all over the board. And
it's been Albion doing it all game long, and the Hornets kind of flipped the script right there. And now it's just a matter of if you can break this press and get it over half court and start playing the foul game.
it looks like Albion's taking a timeout. I think Jody May's asking about the clock. It sits at 28.5 right now. Even if time gets put back on, I don't think it's more than 30 seconds. Even if so, it's not enough for Albion to play this out.
Yeah, regardless, I think you have to start playing the foul game. Even if there is 30 or 31 seconds left, that's too much time to let the Hornets kind of come down and take up all that shot clock and kind of throw something up. That'll take another second off the clock.
So Albion takes a timeout, and now maybe they didn't take a timeout. So now the story of what's been the storyline of this game for the Hornets, the free throw shooting, is going to have to come into play. They've missed 10 of them today, 16 to 26.
Yeah, they struggled a little bit at the line, but a little bit better as of recently late into the second half, and they're going to need them here.
Hannafin and Sopa are the guys you want to get the ball. Bandamere will inbound. It's into Izuka. They send the double team. A long throw to Broadsword, and they foul him. Broadsword's not the guy you want at the line here.
Yeah, and Albion really smart right there. They're going to leave Broadsword open on that far side and make him throw a skip pass, and as soon as he got that ball, you see Albion going to foul him because they're who they want at the free throw line.
It was Ray, and now there's discussion if it's 4 or 5. Official stats have 5, but the scorer's table has 4, so it's 4 on Ray, I believe. Broadsword's got 2. First one is no good.
And that's a tough one for Broadsword. I mean, you don't want to throw a pass once you catch that ball to a guard up court and risk turning it over, but
and Broadsword struggled from the line tonight. He's now 2 of 7.
You beat me to it, struggling a little bit from the line tonight, and you'd rather have a guard like Sompa or Hannafin.
Missed them both. Ray's got it, 20. Ray to King. Lucchese drives, hangs, got fouled. And Marco Lucchese can shoot 2 to give Albion the lead.
And down the stretch, Lucchese gets the ball in his hands, and right as he got it, he went to work and attacked down that left side and able to draw the foul. You thought those Broadsword free throws were the most important of the game. Now Lucchese with 2 huge ones.
Lucchese's a good free throw shooter, too. He's 77%. The best one Albion's got. He has split the pair tonight. The first one away. No good.
Yeah, and this crowd has picked it up a little bit here late into this second half.
You got to tell everybody to box out.
Yeah, that's huge. If Lucchese does miss this free throw, you cannot afford to give up an offensive rebound and a putback or maybe even another foul.
Barden is the tough guy to box out. Bandamere and Broadsword are over there. Crowd makes noise. Lucchese can tie it here. He does. And Albion will take a timeout. 14.1, the Hornets with a chance to win it in regulation, or we are going to overtime. And take a little bit of a trip down memory lane. Last year here at Tisch Loveless Court, when these two teams met, it went to overtime again. Albion picked up a win 97-86 in that one. Well, Scoop, Who do you go to here?
Well, Mets, I'm kind of thinking about this. Who do you want to go to if you're the Hornets? And it kind of depends on who they have on the floor. But my first thought is to try to get something going for Vandermeer, try to get him open on a play for three and this game. And if that kind of gets taken away, then go back to a screen or roll action with one of your guards, either Sopa or Hannafin, and Broadsword setting a screen for them. Maybe you could get a switch and dump it down for a Broadsword 2 over that. But first you got to worry about breaking this press. See if they don't decide to fall back, even though it's tied up now.
They're up. Probably just want to keep them from rolling it forward. Broadsword to Hannafin. 10 seconds for Hannafin. 8. Hannafin. Clock ticking. Hannafin's got to make the move. Hannafin to Vandermeer. He's going to have to force a tough shot. The floater. No. And we're going to overtime.
Yeah, not a great possession. I mean, Hannafin kind of held it up there a little bit too long. Couldn't get the Broadsword screen until too late into that clock, and then passes over to Vandermeer and kind of has to force something up and unable to hit it. And we got an extra treat, more basketball.
Free basketball here at Anderson. Take a quick timeout. We go to overtime. Coming up next. We get our second jump ball of the game, our tip-off rather is what I should say. Another overtime matchup between Kalamazoo and Albion. As we'll go around the MIAA real quick before we tip this off. Calvin leading Alma 65-46, and one other result as the first possession will go to Albion and Lucchese, and they're going to have immediate numbers. Lucchese nearly lost it, and then did lose it, and then Hannafin took it away in a foul. The two other scores I was going to read, Hope, that would be a stunner, leading Trine 55-47, and Adrian leading Olivet 57-56. We're in OT here, and Lucchese's going to get 1-1, favoring his wrist.
Lucchese will be at the line 1-1.
Yeah, this is big. This is.
And now the crowd's getting the free throw count going. Free throw's good for Lucchese.
Yeah, the crowd wants a 10-second call there, but might be counting a little bit fast.
It's getting the Giannis treatment. Second one for Lucchese's good. Hits them both. Albion scores first in overtime. Remember, keep an eye on Dwayne Ray defensively for Albion. He's got two. Hannafin pops for a three. He connects.
And that's a confident shooter right there. As soon as that ball touched Hannafin's hands, he saw that his defender was sagging off a little bit and lets it fly and hits it, and the Hornets back in the lead.
Hannafin into double figures with 11, his third three of the game. So far, we've said it, every time Albion's needed a bucket, they've gotten it. Ume, hands to Ray, stops for a three, no good. Ume the offensive rebound, and he scores.
Yeah, and Ume finally back in the game. I'm not sure why he was sitting late in that second half, but kind of got switched with Hannafin, and that's going to be a mismatch, and Ume's going to grab that offensive rebound every time. That's one thing to keep an eye on. Ray is kind of shaken up over there. Every single time he comes on the floor, he's limping.
Hasn't quite been the same since I believe he banged knees. Sompa stops, gives the broadsword, 10 to shoot. Hannafin crosses over, another three, no.
Yeah, and the crowd was ready to explode if he hit that one.
And now Albion can really give themselves some momentum. Hunter looking for Ume. They get it to him. Ume, the hook, doesn't fall. Broadsword the rebound.
Yeah, and again, Ume just super active down low, getting that screen for him to the other side to repost and just unable to hit that hook shot. And a good job by Broadsword to be able to corral that rebound.
Hannafin again to Sompa. And a foul is going to be called underneath. Broadsword was tangled up with B.J. Hunter. Third one on Hunter. It's 2 free throws the entirety of overtime for the Hornets, and it will be for Albion too. Ferguson's getting ready to check in for the Hornets. Broadsword has struggled tonight from the free throw line. He's just 2 of 8. Gets the roll on that one, including missing the 2 that led to the possession of Lucchese getting the foul and splitting the pair. One more can give the Hornets the lead. Broadsword has not hit a field goal tonight. He's got just 3 points, rare for the big man. Doesn't hit the second. Izuka the rebound and puts it back in. How about that?
And the Hornets just continuing to be persistent on the offensive glass, and that's a huge offensive rebound right there by Izuka to follow up the Broadsword missed free throw. And a 2-point lead for the Hornets in overtime.
That's 17 offensive boards for the Hornets today. Izuka's their 5th into double figures. Hunter drives, fakes out to Lucchese, into Ume. Ume leans in, too strong. Foul underneath on Rhodes. He will shoot 2.
Yeah, and again, just unfortunate that Sompa kind of gets switched onto Rhodes and has to go try to block him out, and that's a clear height advantage right there for Rhodes, and able to get it and draw the foul.
2:48 to go. Rhodes is a 70% free throw shooter, a good one. Has yet to try any tonight. He's got 7 points. And the free throw comes up way short, and the crowd, they went silent. I don't know if it got into Rhodes' head or not, but the crowd is loving that. That was incredible.
Yeah, maybe expecting some noise, but heard nothing.
And the crowd's going to bring it on Rhodes, the second one, and he missed it. And Sompa flies in for the rebound.
Yeah, great job right there from Sompa. He's not even in the lane. He's outside the free throw line and able to come get that one, or it might have gone right back to Rhodes.
And an assist to the crowd. Broadsword nearly went. Now Hannafin crosses over and gives to Ferguson, who's had an excellent second half.
Yeah, Ferg wants to pull out and get a screen.
Ferg drives. Sompa, a look for 3. Connects!
And that is just a huge 3 right there from Sompa. Not really known as a three-point shooter, but connects there, and that grows the lead to 5.
He's hit big ones late in games before. It's his second 3 of the night. Ray drives in, pulls out.
Yeah, and Albion desperately needs a bucket on this possession.
Truman King to try and answer. Came up short. Barden, who just came in, got fouled. It's on Broadsword. It's his 4th.
Yeah, and King kind of feeling that pressure a little bit of needing a bucket and forces up a 3 pretty quick. It almost looked like he lost it while he was going up to shoot it, and that's why it was so short.
The 5-point lead is the largest for the Hornets. A.J. Barden has 2 shots. He hasn't been great from the line this year. He's 42%. Two for Barden. First one's away, no good. And now Albion starting to miss some free throws. They're now 8 of 14 at the line as Hooser comes in. He takes out Rhodes.
Yeah, free throws are just a huge storyline in this game, really both ways. The Hornets struggling all night, and especially in that first half. And now into overtime, the Britons really starting to struggle.
Barden has one more. Got it. 4-point game.
And I'm surprised that they're falling back and not giving a little bit of full court pressure and trying to pick up the speed of this game a little bit.
Sompa walks it over. Goes around the screen. Hannafin gonna try another 3. Gets the roll!
And Lucas Hannafin again, not afraid to let it fly, steps into it. Defender sags off again. I don't know why. And
cold-blooded from Hannafin.
Yeah, that's pretty early in the shot clock too, and it doesn't matter. He drains it.
Barden nearly shuffled. The shot is blocked. 7-point lead. and the Hornets looking for the knockout blow.
Yeah, and they can take this clock all the way down under a minute, and if they hit another shot, that might be the dagger.
Sompa being guarded by King. Hannafin's been the hot hand in overtime. He's got 4 threes in the game. Sompa, broadsword, nearly lost it. Izuka, it was off of Hooser. It'll be out of bounds.
Ooh, and a close one right there, a little bit of a break. A really good pass from Sompa down low to broadsword while he was cutting, but just a little bit too far in front of him and has to try to pass it to Izuka, and it's barely tipped out of bounds.
Hannafin, 9 to shoot. You think he's taking this one himself? He gets it back. Another 3. That came up short, and Hooser's got it. Under a minute. Albion down 3 possessions still. Truman King, a 3 in the corner. He got it. Boy, did they need that, and Albion immediately takes a timeout.
Yeah, and that's just a huge 3 right there from Truman King. I mean, catch and shoot in rhythm in the corner and buries it to cut the lead back down to 4. And now you play the press game into the foul game.
So, yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. 50 seconds, you don't have to foul, but you're down 2 possessions. You don't want to, and especially with the way the Hornets have struggled at the free throw line, if it gets into the hands of a guy like Broadsword or maybe like an Izuka, you want to foul quickly, right?
That's what I'm thinking, Mets. And you're going to play the full court press and try to get a 10-second call, and if you don't, try to get the ball into one of those guys' hands and foul right away, because they could bleed this clock all the way down to 20 seconds and hit another shot. And the way that they've been struggling at the free throw line today, I'd rather take them at the free throw line than with 20 seconds and taking another shot.
Kalamazoo with, in all likelihood, their best three-point shooting game of the year, 14 to 34, up over 41%. A team that came in today just 28.5% from deep. They've been able to use the long ball. 14 threes, just 10 twos. Inbound to Broadsword. Got it to Hannafin. Not going to foul yet. It's over to Sompa now, to Izuka.
It looks like they're just going to let it play out and not take a foul.
They're not gonna, at least not yet. It can't be King to do it. He's got 4. Sompa waits. They're gonna blitz the screen. Barden follows, and he threw it right to Hooser. Hooser running the other way. Couldn't finish. Ferguson got back. How about the effort by DJ Ferguson, making up for a crucial mistake by Sompa.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you don't want to happen on that, especially if you miss that. That's King fouling.
It's just the 3rd on Truman King. Sompa at the line for 2. This will be the guy you want. He's not perfect, but he's a 91% shooter. If he misses both of these, I'll take the blame. 21.7 left. First one's away. Got it.
I don't know if the announcer jinx applies to people who are shooting 91% from the line, Mets.
I hope not. Hornets take a timeout, 21.7. So, you know, my rule of thumb when I'm talking about possessions following a free throw, I always assume there's going to be a make. Assuming that's the case for Albion, what are they doing here?
Yeah, as you said, a 6-point game going down. I mean, you got to try to get something quick. Even if that's a 2, you'll take it. Just anything quick and then foul right away. Hopefully you can get the ball into someone's hands like Broadsword or Izuka, as you said, if you're the Britons. But the Hornets really just focus on hitting this one and maybe picking up a little bit of pressure so they can't just run the ball or walk the ball down the court and get a quick bucket.
Let's do the upcoming schedules now. Albion will have 2 more home games to finish out the year. Olivet and Trine, they will end their season at Adrian. The Hornets, they go to Hope, Alma, they go to Trine, they go to Adrian, they host Calvin. Their next home game's a week from today. They take on Alma, and they have round 2 with Hope at DeVos Fieldhouse on Saturday. Obviously, no fouls, right, for Kalamazoo. That's the emphasis.
Yeah, you don't want to give Albion a chance to score with the clock turned off. I mean, you're okay with giving them an easy 2 if that's what they take, but just don't foul and give them a chance to score while the clock is off.
Also, no threes, you would presume, right?
You want to close out on 3-point shooters, but again, just be careful not to foul.
King got a 3. Got it again.
Yeah, and I have no idea how that was not a moving screen and an offensive foul on Hannafin there, but a no call and exactly what you need if you're the Britons.
A quick 3 and a timeout, so 14.8. Truman King with now 14 points, 4 threes. Same scenario here. I mean, for the Hornets, you want to get it to Sompa or Hannafin, right?
Yeah, and if you're Albion here, you can't really take all 10 seconds. You got to try to trap really quickly, maybe get a steal off that first pass, maybe the second pass, but then you got to foul as fast as you can and try to take as little time off this clock as you can.
The Hornets took a 7-point lead in this overtime. It's their largest. Came at the minute 44 mark of overtime. Since then, Albion's hit a couple of threes, as well as a couple of free throws for the Hornets, which have put them back where they are. Let's get a quick update on the women's game over at Albion. It ends up going final. Albion wins it 81-74. Another close game between those two teams. Two very good games this year. And Kalamazoo led by Ruby Hogan, who 23, 10, and 8. Almost a triple-double in that one. Hannafin will inbound, and I guess no buzzer. Hannafin's got to get it into Sompa. Stays on his feet, weaving through everybody. He gets fouled. 11.9 on the game clock.
Yeah, and you can see the Britons right there. They really do not want to foul Sompa with how good he is at the line, but really just forced to if he's not going to pass and try to dribble this one out.
Second one on Malachi Hooser. I believe that is who that was on. Ray came out for that last possession. He's going to come back in now. 2 for Sompa. First one came up short. So Ray in, Rhodes out. Albion's out of timeouts. Keep an eye on that. One more for Sompa. That one's good. 4-point game. It's 2 possessions.
Yeah, that's a huge make right there, as you said, bringing that to 2 possessions, and now you just kind of sag off and do not foul.
Barden for 3. No good. Ferguson, the rebound. Clock is going to run out now. 0.7 left. But Ferguson gets fouled. And Kalamazoo is going to come all the way back. They trail by as many as 8 in a game that was back and forth, back and forth. What a battle that the Hornets are going to win.
Yeah, Mets, and as we said in the open, I mean, this Albion team was really hot. They picked up a win over Hope and had won their last 4, and Kalamazoo, kind of in desperation mode, needed to pick up this win to have a chance to get into the MIAA tournament and on a 4-game losing streak, and looks like that'll come to a close here.
Ferguson misses the free throw, but they'll break a 4-game losing streak. They'll get their second league win. They still have an uphill battle, but they have made it a lot more possible as Ferguson hits the second one with this win today. What a ball game in OT. The Hornets pick it up 83-78. They defeat Albion. It's their first home win of the calendar year 2025. First home win since December 20th. And the first win of February. And a good way to get some momentum as they get ready to head to Hope College on Saturday. Ultimately, Scoop, what was the difference in this game? What was the difference in overtime?
Well, it was a 3-point shooting from Hannafin in overtime, but overall throughout this whole game, I think it was really the offensive rebounding for the Hornets. I mean, that kept them alive, all the second chance points, and being able to get to the free throw line, even if they didn't have a great day shooting from the stripe, they got there and they hit a couple, and that's what really propelled them to the win tonight.
Let's look at some individual numbers. Dwayne Ray set a new career high for Albion, had about a 12-minute stretch where he was just unguardable with 19 points. Truman King with 14. B.J. Hunter adding 10. In the boards category, A.J. Barden ends up with 13. Marco Lucchesi with 6 and Ray with 5. And then some assists. That would be Malachi Hooser with 3, Dwayne Ray and Michael Ume each with 2. On the Hornets side, they were led today by DJ Ferguson, who had 17, including his own little 8-minute stretch where he was unguardable. Following up was 14 from Carter Bandemir. And let's not overstate the importance of that half quarter he hit right before halftime. Got him some momentum. And then ultimately kept it a 1-possession game, which really didn't stray far from that the entire second half. Lucas Hannafin with 14, including the overtime heroics, and then Caleb Call with 11, Bradley Izuka with 10. 5 Hornets in double figures today. Nelson Sompa right behind him at 5. Nelson Sompa also with 9 rebounds. Like, not to overstate that, he's listed at 5'11". He had 9 rebounds.
Yeah, that's just your guards getting on the glass, doing the gritty work that they don't normally do, and that's another big reason why they came out on this win. I mean, as you said, 5 players in double figure scoring, and Sompa with 9 rebounds, just stuff like that is what really pops out to you in the box score and why they were able to come away with this win.
Izuka with 6, Broadsword with 6, Ferguson with 6, Hannafin with 6. That's in the rebounding category. Hannafin also with 4 assists, Broadsword with 3, Sompa, Izuka, Ferguson with 2. That about wraps us up. Our next broadcast will be next week. Kalamazoo College men's basketball team will host Alma as they look to try and get themselves even closer in MIAA tournament contention. Signing off here from Tisch Loveless Court inside the Anderson Athletic Center, my name is Zach Metz. Your final score one more time tonight, as my partner Dawson Scoopin and I had the pleasure of calling this game. Final score in overtime, Kalamazoo 83, Albion 78. Thank you.